Hey everybody, there was a very disturbing study published yesterday, and it showed and over thousands of girls that they looked at, that 25% of teenage girls suffer from depression. Now it was 9% teenage boys, but this is a crisis that suicide is the second leading cause of death among teenagers, and it's just not okay because depression is a highly treatable illness. And so as I was thinking of it, I'm a child psychiatrist and I've been treating depression in kids for 35 years, and and we've always known females have twice the incidence of depression as males. Now it's actually more than that. It's 2.5 times the incidence than males. And in part, it's because females actually produce less serotonin in the brain than males do. Serotonin is the don't worry, be happy, positive neurotransmitter in the brain. And what helps increase serotonin is exercise. But the problem with the other thing that increases serotonin is it actually makes you feel good in the short run, but makes you feel bad in the long run. So sugar and foods that turn to sugar, the cupcake, the donut, the pastries, the cookies, short term, it actually pushes tryptophan, the amino acid building block for serotonin, into your brain so your brain can make more serotonin. But in the long run, it makes you fat, that's depressing, and it increases inflammation in your body, which we know is another serious cause of depression. Also, social media is making all of us depressed, and I know I'm talking to you on social media, but the constant distractions, the gadget addictions, and girls, much more so than boys, tend to compare themselves to other girls in a negative way. And because when serotonin goes low, the brain becomes busy, and you get a bad thought in your head comparing yourself to someone else. You don't think about it once. You might end up thinking about it 1,000 times. So I often say it's like a little mouse on an exercise wheel, and the mouse can't get off, so those bad thoughts can't get off. Another reason there's a higher incidence of depression is the teenage diet is often terrible, and parents don't feel like they have influence. Now, I have a 14-year-old daughter, and I think I have a lot of influence if I'm bonded, if I'm connected to her, if I listen to her, and I give her appropriate information. I remember when she was 10 years old, she took a cupcake and put it in my face, and she said, "I'm never going to be as serious as you." And I'm like, "Sweetheart, it's your life." But when she got to be about 11 and a half, she started to gain a few pounds, and her face started to break out as she was going into puberty. And she said, "What do I do?" And I took her to Whole Foods. We spent 90 minutes there. I taught her how to read food labels, and I said, "Chloe, your job is to find 10 things in this store that you like that like you back." And she's worse than I am now, and I'm so excited and happy for her. Low exercise, so diet and exercise, head-to-head treatment for depression with antidepressants. Exercise is equally effective. So turning off the gadgets, moving, whether it's walking fast or running or playing tennis or something to get your heart rate up. Exercise boosts serotonin in your brain and helps make you happy. And the last thing is, I call them ants, automatic negative thoughts. The thoughts that come into your mind automatically and ruin your day. There's no place in school where they teach girls or boys how to manage your mind. And, I had to take English 12 times and math 12 times. And yes, I use English and math. But shouldn't there also be a class where you learn to manage your mind? And so just last week, I published this new book. I'm so excited about it. It's called Captain Snout and the Superpower Questions. Captain Snout is an anteater. He is a superhero that helps you get rid of the automatic negative thoughts. And the therapy in here has actually been shown to decrease depression, decrease anxiety disorders, help you with your weight, improve your relationships. And in the story, the Penny Pepper children want a puppy. And the parents say, okay, as long as you earn enough money to take care of what the puppy needs. And so they put together a car wash, and it didn't go well. And then they started complaining about the car wash, about each other, and they were filled with ants. And that's where Captain Snout comes and saves the day. He teaches them about different kinds of ants, the all or nothing ant, things are all good or all bad, the fortune teller ant, where you think you predict the future with fear, the mind reader ant, where you're thinking you know what other people are thinking even though they haven't told you, the blame ant, that's the big red ant, where you blame someone else for how your life is turning out. And he gives you the superpower questions. Is it true? Can you absolutely know that it's true? And they go on to feel better, to get their car washed together, to get their puppy, and so on. I had a 15-year-old girl in my office last week who had an eating disorder, and she was going to groups for it where they were teaching her. This is called cognitive behavioral therapy. And she said, I never really understood it until I read the kids' book, Captain Snout and the Superpower Questions. This depression problem is epidemic, and we need to do something about it. Captain Snout can help. Obviously, learning brain-healthy habits can help. Amen Clinics, we just opened our new Chicago clinic this week. I'm so excited about it. If you're struggling with depression or you have a child that's struggling with depression, we'd be thrilled to help. To pick up a copy of Captain Snout and the Superpower Questions. We're going to do a lot more on depression.
There's a great question. What are some great foods to boost serotonin and help with depression?
So that is a great question because, food is medicine or food is poison. And there's a study that showed the number of fruits and vegetables you eat a day, up to 8. There was a linear correlation with your level of happiness. And so in my mind, kill sugar and foods that turn to sugar, get rid of things like gluten, dairy, corn, and put in more vegetables. Actually try to get that number to 8 servings a day and make them as colorful as can be. So blueberries are awesome, red bell peppers, yellow squash. It can make just such a huge difference. Plus, the spice, saffron, has been shown, I think it's like 17 studies now, to have antidepressant effects. In fact, we make a supplement called Serotonin Mood Support that has 5-HTP, helps boost serotonin, and saffron to help support people's moods. If you want to learn about supplements and how they can help you manage your mind, go to amenclinics.com and take our free brain health assessment, and it'll tell you which of the 16 brain types do you have, and based on your type, I'll make general recommendations for the kinds of supplements you could think about. Also, omega-3 fatty acids, very important. And we did a study here at Amen Clinics. We tested 50 consecutive patients who came to our clinic in Costa Mesa who were not taking fish oil. 49 out of 50 had suboptimal levels. And we published a study this year. If you have lower omega-3 fatty acid levels, your hippocampus, the area of the brain responsible for mood and learning and memory, was smaller than those people who had good omega-3 fatty acid levels.